So here's the thing about healing. It starts in those quiet moments when we give ourselves permission to think without that internal editor on autopilot. Sometimes we show up to criticize ourselves before anyone else even gets the chance to. Vritti, but it's thoughtful reflection. Yes, that has its place, but not everything needs to be justified or scrutinized or metabolized. There is a simplicity in taking what resonates with you and letting the rest float away, like leaves on a stream. We need to see our quirks less like flaws and more like our life's signature. When we embrace our eccentricities, empathy just naturally starts flowing. It's honestly so liberating to know that everyone is navigating life through their own inner perception and experience, like it's almost never personal. We are all alike as humans in some fundamental ways. We all need safety, food, meaning. We can all go through birth, growth, death. But at the same time, we are all so freaking different. Our talents, our choices, the challenges we face, our life paths, personal histories, cultural contexts are unique to each of us, even to a pair of identical twins, right? Hi, my name is Vritti Devi Agarwal, and you're with me on my channel, It's a Trip Collective. Think about it like this. We're all in this massive house called life. Each of us is looking through our own window. Your window might face east with morning sunlight filtering through trees. My window could be facing west with a sunset or the view of the mountains. Someone else's might be facing the skylight with the clouds passing by. What we see, what we truly see, is completely different. The colors, the shapes, shadows, movements that make up your daily view won't ever be exactly what I see from my window. But here's the wild part. We are all looking at the same sky. The same sun moves across it, the same stars appear at night, the same weather patterns flow through. In this case, we are all looking through different windows, but looking at the same sky. That's the magic of completely unique viewpoints, all witnessing pieces of the same messy, mysterious, beautiful reality. That is why sharing our perspective matters so much. Your window shows things mine never could. We can begin to value our perspective as an essential contribution rather than something to hide or conform. Each person, homemaker, a historian, or a hot air balloon manufacturer, we are all needed in this ecosystem of Earth. Imagine a hospital for a moment. We naturally think of the doctors and the nurses as the heroes, and rightly so. But what happens if no one cleans the operating room? Infection spreads. What if no one manages the electrical systems? Life-saving equipment fails. The paperwork. Patients don't get proper treatment. Every person's work touches hundreds of lives in ways that they may never see. Because in reality, we are all essential pieces of the puzzle. The interconnectedness of all work. We've created artificial hierarchies based on education, salary, status, but they reflect market dynamics and social constructs, not our true importance. Your salary or education doesn't decide your true worth. One could be the most educated person, but if they don't do things with intention, does it really matter? It's the meaning that you create, your character, your integrity, the intention, your ability to discover and apply your strengths, your contribution to those who can't give you anything in return. The world has subliminally given messages that only certain types of people are allowed to be here. But don't give in to that. Our individual choices ripple outward in ways that we can't always predict. For example, the restaurant that you hesitantly open, wondering if it will survive in a crowded market. That might become the very stage where a talented upcoming musician finds their first real audience, and that musician's songs become the soundtrack to someone's first date or some memorable moment with friends or something like that. My point is, don't become a clone. The world doesn't need more copies. It needs your authentic voice and perspective. But Vritti, how do I know? Ask yourself, what are the narratives that you've been telling yourself? What gets you in a state of flow? What consistently draws your curiosity? Notice what aligns with your values and your spirit. Also, how to listen to your body's responses, because the body often knows what our mind hasn't processed yet. We feel it in our body first. When you choose to know your own essence, the universe or this God entity holds your hand and takes you through. Like literally picture each of us as threads being woven into this big, magnificent tapestry, where some of us have to be the threads that are being woven into the foundation fabric so that others can be the embroideries or the motifs dancing across the surface. And it is the dance, being and letting others be. Creating those spaces where realness can flourish, to celebrate each other and to try to not critique others' choices all the time. It frees us from that unnecessary noise and shifts our focus to the journey of self. How does it matter who's doing what? As long as we are doing what we are born to do and being what we are born to be. When you hide your true self, you rob the world of a peace that has never existed and will never exist again. I wonder, what if the most valuable thing you bring to the world isn't what you do, but how only you can see what you see? Your window to the world is the gift that only you can give to the rest of us, who will never see things exactly the way you do. Your authenticity is one of the most precious, powerful, and irreplaceable gifts that you can give to humanity and the world. Embracing that uniqueness and that true expression isn't just a journey, it's a trip. And we are all on it together as a collective. Tell me your thoughts. I'm curious to know what you think. Until then, ciao.